by the distinguished senator, nominated Senator Peris Tobiko. Of course, I don't want to underscore and thank, I think, the distinguished senator from Makwiny has agreed that Senator Tobiko has served as a legislator for some time, and therefore it comes with the experience. So, Speaker, the electronic equipment disposal, recycling, and reuse bill, I think is long overdue. We should have legislated this bill in 2012, because with the advent of the computer, many other issues that are being brought here and there, Mr. Speaker, is very critical, Mr. Speaker, and I want to congratulate her for this well-thought-out bill. To many people, it looks like a simple bill, but it will resolve a lot of challenges. Mr. Speaker, it's unfortunate that I'm using a paper. This bill, we should move it in a paperless. But unfortunately, with your new gadgets that has been installed, which are dysfunctional most of the time, we could not access at this is called Trident. We cannot access, so I wish we would be moving in a paperless, because we are discussing something about electronic disposal and many others, Mr. Speaker. But I know your office will intervene and ensure that it factored, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, the issue of e-waste is a big problem as we talk about climate change. In fact, the biggest threat to environment now is the wastage, e-waste, Mr. Speaker. Because many people don't think about what happens to the ones we used to have here before it was removed. What happens to the phones that you own and dispose? I want to thank some of the phone companies that you go and they replace or upgrade. But Mr. Speaker, no one talks about where will your television sets go, the fridges we use go, our telephone go, Mr. Speaker. You know, we are using to traditional solid waste as the ones that we use, Mr. Speaker, but we must be aware that the issue of e-waste is here with us, and therefore we must have a process. And I want to thank the President for being a strategic promoter of the issue of clean environment, environmental safety issues, Mr. Speaker. And I'm happy this thing has done from the ward level. I think this is one of the bills that will reflect the role of devolution. Because even the points that have been created to establish the e-waste, Mr. Speaker, are at ward level, then they are taken to the national process. And I think, being the protectors of devolution, I'm happy it's one of us, the colleague senator, who has drafted this bill. Mr. Speaker, this one is very important because it has given a very critical and central role. Because under Urban and Cities Act, Mr. Speaker, as you are aware, and fourth schedule of the Constitution, the role of garbage management and waste is predominantly the work, and management of our urban centers and cities is predominantly run by county governors. And I want to thank the President. Yesterday, all of us agree, whenever I drive Eastlands and parts of this Nairobi, anywhere across the country, even in our small cities and centers, I want to thank the President for signing cooperation and coming in to rescue Nairobi City County from Governor Sakaja maladministration, because everything was joking by the West. And I want to challenge anybody who lives in Nairobi will agree to me that the biggest menace of this city is garbage collection. And more so the e-waste also, which is becoming solid waste, Mr. Speaker. And by the way, governors have failed to establish how to manage waste, even in my own county. Even in Nandi, they are trying to draw some waste. They wanted to take waste to a place called Kropket. The people registered. Even in my small town called Mosoriat, Mr. Speaker, there is no proper dumping place. And most of these e-waste are solid waste, Mr. Speaker. Even in Wajir town, there is no dumping site until the World Bank are trying to intervene, Mr. Speaker. You go to Kitui, the same thing. I saw there was challenges for people who live in coast, like Leafy Senator, where e-waste are now being discharged to the sea, to our rivers, Mr. Speaker. You go here, even in this river regeneration program that the President launched today, after the signing of Cooperation Act with the county government of Nairobi, they are trying to manage, because what is clogging these rivers? I normally drive through Kibra, one of the largest slum centers in the world or in Africa. You drive, as you approach the bridge, you look down there, you can't imagine the quality of the water that is there, Mr. Speaker, because of lead exposition that is leading to many rising of cancer cases, Mr. Speaker. This could be a sign that this issue of e-waste and the components, Mr. Speaker. Number two, the issue of e-waste must be linked to how we extract some of the issues we use, like cobalt. The reason there is a lot of war in East Congo is because the fight of resources. One of the resources, Senator Matsai, through the Speaker, is extraction of cobalt that is used to make some of these phones, Mr. Speaker. So even as we extract some of these extractives to manufacture and to use, we must be aware, where are they being disposed? Do they have lead? Do they have mercury that exposes us to the issue of wealth? So I think, Senator Topiko, when it comes, Mr. Speaker, to the issue of amending, we should also look at the other aspect of factoring in the role of an establishment of plant of recycling, Mr. Speaker, because we don't want our people to be exposed, Mr. Speaker. So I think the issue of rates and charges, due and fees, Mr. Speaker, as I speak, we need the biggest success in most of the international and some of, Mr. Speaker, some of you, like you, Speaker, who has traveled a lot and is aware of what is happening in most of these cities, Mr. Speaker, you are aware that the disposal of waste, e-waste and solid has been managed in other countries. And I think our cities will continue stinking to high heavens so long as we don't have a proper, clear procedure of managing e-waste, which is now, Mr. Speaker, I was looking at the definition of e-waste as I come to the powers of the Cabinet Secretary, Mr. Speaker, like, for example, the computers, I think I had mentioned, for purposes of Kenyans who are following this discussion, Mr. Speaker, like mobile phones, large households, appliances like fridges, like television sets, medical equipments. Where does it go, Mr. Speaker? E-cigarettes. And I remember the Senator had brought something about e-cigarettes and the vapes, where young people in this city and major cities, they call what? Aluta. There is where the aluta means, Speaker, in the street, that you disappear on Friday and appear on Monday like Jesus Christ. That's what most of the youth do. Or they smoke what you call vape. And I'm aware that Bomet Town now has a new latest club. You know, Bomet is our headquarters of Kalenjin music. I'm told in every village at least there is an artist who is singing some song in Bomet County, Mr. Speaker. So the issue of toys that we buy our children, we assume also some of them are also part of e-waste, Mr. Speaker. And number four, we must also, I know, Mr. Speaker, I will receive very serious backlash from the manufacturers because their argument is that the Producers Responsibility Organization, the PROs, have already paid tax. But we need to ensure that they pay equal levy so that they assist us with that money to use for e-waste recycling or destruction of e-waste, Mr. Speaker. I remember in the Finance Bill 2024, although it was a popular finance bill that led to JNCR pricing and the National Assembly under the presidential memorandum decided to withdraw the bill, one of the important key components, many Kenyans did not, it was about equal levy, Mr. Speaker. We should have assisted when Samsung brings phones to Kenya, when Apple brings phones to Kenya, when any other manufacturers of electrical appliances bring to Kenya. We must tax them to get ego levy or ego tax, Mr. Speaker, so that we can use for the recycling and disposal of e-waste. And I think they might argue that through the manufacturers of PROs, in fact, Mr. Speaker, if the argument of multinational tech companies is that they are paid through Producers Responsibility Organizations, PROs, they should establish their local manufacturing plants in Kenya. Why is it Samsung has not established their own plant of assembling? The Toyota and many other computer, you know, a car, Mr. Speaker, also has computer appliances that can be used to be disposed, Mr. Speaker. So this one, colleagues, and I want to appeal to the sponsor of the bill, I don't know, the owner of the bill, I fear using the word sponsor, because sponsor means something else, and naturally sponsor in the street means a man outside there, but let me use the owner of the bill, that we must amend. I know it will bring crisis, Mr. Speaker, of the issue of finance, the issue of article, on the issue of National Assembly, they will argue that this is a money bill. But if we can collaborate with the National Assembly and include the eco tax levy, it will be easy to manage e-waste, Mr. Speaker. And I think, Mr. Speaker, what shocks me with our colleagues in the National Assembly, I'm not discussing them, but sometimes they reject our bill saying it is money bill. But after 2-3 days, they republish the same bill. So is that not parallelism or what we call in academic world, Mr. Speaker? I've seen many bills, even my bill that was about anti-stock theft bill that we passed in this House. After some time, I saw the majority leader of National Assembly publishing after the National Assembly argued that it was a money bill. Does it mean that the Senate has the most brilliant and Solomonic wise men and women that we generate brilliant ideas for the National Assembly to be just doing gold digging, Mr. Speaker? Are they gold diggers in this instance, Mr. Speaker? I don't know whether my majority whip will agree with that explanation, Mr. Speaker, and Senator Wambua. Are we too brilliant so that they have to come and raid in quotes our ideas and reject only using one reason in the Constitution, that this is a money bill? I know, Senator Tobiko, the argument will be if we include the issue of tax, ego tax. I don't know how you will do, but you will allow me at the third reading to at least amend so that we can get the taxation, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I will just make 2 points on the issue of licensing of waste collectors. Mr. Speaker, I know Senator Tobiko should relook at the possibility of ensuring that National Environmental and Management Authority become part and parcel of the licensing bodies, including the county governments, to ensure that we ensure the licensing are given, because these are very sensitive waste, the e-waste, Mr. Speaker, and it is important that the grant and conditional of licensing should be done and must be done within the law. And National Environment and Management Authority, Mr. Speaker, we have the MCA, as you are aware. National Environment Management Authority should also be part and parcel, and the county governments of Kenya should be part and parcel for the licensing of the waste collectors. Mr. Speaker, I don't know, Senator Tobiko, what we will use through the chair, because the normal waste is we use lorries that are old, Mr. Speaker. And these lorries that are old that carry our garbage across our towns, they never get stuck. Mr. Speaker, they always belch smoke. I don't know whether the law allows, Mr. Speaker, that such lorries. Most of them are on roadworthy, and most of them are on our roads. I've never seen a traffic police officer stopping as a waste collector of a lorry, unless Senator Wambua has seen it somewhere. But we normally see it in traffic. They belch smoke. No one stops them. I don't know. They throw trash around. So I hope as we give licensing to the waste collectors, it's important. Even the licensing of waste recyclers, very important. We need to agree. And I think it is the challenge to county governments to partner. Mr. Speaker, the biggest threat to our urban cities and towns is one thing, Mr. Speaker, is the issue of how to dispose the waste. That is the biggest thing. You go to Kitengela, where my sister comes from, Kajiado, Kapsabet, Eldoret, Wajir, Baringo, in Kabarnet. Mr. Speaker, the waste, even in Kitui town. You know, I'm Kitui, I'm an in-law there, so I always must mention Kitui. And I hope the next governor will be my good friend, Senator Wambua. Today it has been hard on the speaker, but I want to apologize him as a good Christian. As we begin the Lent season, as we begin Ramadan, my brother, cool down. It shall be well. Mr. Speaker, I have noted the change of Madam Speaker on the seat. So on this issue of e-waste of recyclers, we must agree on the catalog of engagement and duration of license. I would wish that we should at least give, I've seen that is period of 1 year, but my proposal, let us make it 2 years or 24 months with a review that is allowed within that aspect, Mr. Speaker. Madam Speaker, sorry. The issue of collectors, responsibility of e-waste recyclers and collectors, we must intertwine. Let us have a published. Madam Speaker, you are aware there are cartels in this city. That when you go to Dandora dam site, they control the dam site. Are you aware garbage collection is one of the serious businesses in this country, especially in this city? We need to be careful on how we handle e-waste collectors and recyclers. Because you are aware, Madam Speaker, there are many cartels who control garbage. And somebody told me in Kiswahili, quote unquote, hakuna pesa chafu na pesa safi, pesa ni pesa. Mr. Speaker. So we must be careful, Mr. Speaker, and in the same spirit allow him, Madam Speaker, that as we move this bill, there is a significant, we need also to agree on our road signages. And in mentioning road signages, I want to congratulate Engineer Luka Kimeli of being appointed the Director General of Kenya National Highways Authority, Engineer Jackson Wangondu or Mangondu of being appointed the Director General of Kenya Kenya Rural Roads Authority, and also Madam Ayutsla, who has been appointed as the Director General of Kenya Roads Board, and also congratulate the new NTSA CEO, Mr. Kodiwa, of being appointed the Director General, Madam Speaker. And I hope the issue of roads and road signages, the expansion of roads, forms part of e-waste. Madam Speaker, you are aware NTSA just launched a policy on how electric vehicles. So we need also to think, when will we dispose electric vehicles? This bill has really captured, and I think as the NTSA, National Transport Security, comes in with the focus, Mr. Speaker, Madam Speaker, it will be the focus. And I want to say, with those appointments, it reflects the face of Kenya. I have seen our colleagues, not here and outside, they are trying to cast aspersions that it was not merit. It was merit, Madam Speaker, and I've seen one of the chairs of one of the agencies is your very close friend, Engineer Maura, who did the appointment today, on behalf of the board, of course. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, as I celebrate one of the brilliant Maasai girls and women of our generation that can only replace the shoes of the Maasai kingpin, Ole Ntimama William, Madam Speaker, we celebrate, what a man can do, a woman can do better. I think that is very clear. We need to encourage women in leadership. And I'm happy my sister is going for the top job in Kajiado County. God willing, she will be the governor of Kajiado. Madam Speaker, I don't want you to go for these small seats like women rep, senator. Just go for the governor of Murang'a County, and we will support you. We will support you, Madam Speaker. I saw the current governor sign not to be accounted. He's a fugitive of accountability. We need people who will be accounted, Madam Speaker. I want to cheer you on to be the governor of Murang'a County. Yeah? Yes, don't fear, we'll support you. We have Madam Tobiko become the governor of Kajiado. And I will ask my good friend, the State House Controller, because we are going for 2-term, Kato Lemetito to remain as State House Controller. Peris Tobiko becomes the governor because we are going for 2-term. For Kakitui, we'll create an exception. We'll give to Governor Wambua because he's a good man, just because he's a good man, but in wrong company. Madam Speaker, and therefore, we must support this bill to ensure that we do e-waste and ensure that, and I hope governors will be able to be accountable, Madam Speaker. When we bring governors, I know, God willing, when you'll be governor of Murang'a, please ensure this law is, I know Murang'a is semi-urban. Murang'a and part of Mount Kenya region, most of your centers are nearer. But I think the challenge you struggle with is to dispose e-waste, Madam Speaker. So I want to appreciate and request that the governors implement. These are issues, Madam Speaker, in conclusion. These are issues that we needed governors to discuss in Kilifi. Not to discuss, not to be accountable, Madam Speaker. Washindwe, I support.
Senator Cherargei, thank you for those contributions. And you have been kind to women, that they should be included within the governance